Good morning. Good morning, you fine, fine people. I hope everyone is doing well this morning. Oh, good morning, Farrell. How are you? Good to see you. Good morning, humans, as you would say. I hope you all are having a good day today. Good gosh, it is just starting to wake up. And, one thing that is always really, really interesting to see is you pull up information to see, well, what's the latest going on at the Texas border? Nothing. Wow, it's almost like it went away. There's nothing to say at the Mexican border. No one's really crossing. No one's doing anything. It's just it just sort of went away just as quick as it showed up. No news stations are reporting on it. I guess it was only important enough to try to get a Ukraine spending bill across the wall. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Yeah, it was. There's nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Move along. Move along. Nothing at the border. I just pulled up the latest information that I had, and here we go. This is going to be from the Al Jazeera. Wasn't that wonderful? Like only Al Jazeera is the latest one to get anything, and looking at it, it just says testing how far you can go. Governor Greg Abbott. This is on the 13th of February. Here it is, the 19th. Be there a minute, not doing sharing things. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Baldo, what is up, brother? Oh, I've got one for you. It's a good one. You'll like it. I think it was somebody else that showed me this one. Let me see if I can find it again for you. It's pretty hilarious. It is. Let's see if we've got it. Nope. Let's see if I can embiggen it here. Jeez Louise. Why is it not showing? I'm not giving out my damn personal information. Nope, not gonna happen. Well, you'll just have to wait. I'll share it for somebody else. Sorry. How is it going? It is going good. It's going really good. Yeah, so the last thing that I could find was from the 13th. And all it does is it's basically just them talking about it. And they're just having a feud. It's a feud between Biden and Donald Trump or Republicans. Sorry. So imagine this. Back in what was the big news? This would have been the 23rd. So on the 23rd, let me go back to it right quick because it would have been January 23rd. Ruling Caesar's win for Biden administration amid dispute with Texas over inhumane fence that has injured illegals. And then that's as far as it goes. It says 20. Oh, no, wait. I take that back. The 28th of December, 2023. No, that was 2023. Jeez, look at this. So a month later, so the 28th of December, they have one. Then finally on the 23rd of January, they have something. It looks like they might talk about some of that again on the 23rd. It's weird. It is completely weird that it would just disappear. Nothing else happened. No, Texas didn't send any more immigrants to a sanctuary city. There was no more. There's no more. Nothing to see. It just all went away, just like that. Just poof. All the news that you could possibly want. And what does everybody want to focus on now? Well, because I mean, I pulled up. I don't know how many different news sources. I haven't seen anything. Yeah, nothing on CBS News, nothing on NBC, nothing on The Guardian, nothing on anything. Well, let's see if we got one. It's called the Border Report. Let's Let's pull up when the latest thing we have from them. Oh, Texas to build National Guard. Texas to build camp for National Guard in Eagles Pass. That was 3 days ago. Well, let's see what it actually says. We'll find it. McAllen, Texas. This would have been, February 16th. Texas will build an operational base. Here, I'll just go ahead and share it. Damn it, if I can remember how to do this. It's not like I didn't do this last night. Share this. Oh boy, they need to embiggen that, don't I? So McAllen, Texas. Texas will build operational base for the national 18. There's only 1,800. That's insane. Expanding the presence of soldiers where the state has clashed with the current administration over illegal immigration enforcement. The 800-acre property along the Rio Grande will open a short distance from Shelby Park. Blah blah. This will increase the ability of a larger number of Texas military personnel at Eagle Pass to operate more efficiently and effectively. Abbott said the camp will improve living conditions for soldiers who deployed in the U.S.-Mexican border. The issue is that, if you're going to let people in, that you do it right.
Not next Monday, but the Monday after, gonna go get a facial.
Well, it's better than the rooster comment. Good morning.
Good morning.
At least it makes me laugh every time.
I try to make somebody laugh, if not myself. Can you believe this though? Texas just sort of disappeared off the radar. Like they really just, oh wow,
imagine that.
It's like after they got a ruling that they had to let Border Patrol in, and they had 3 days before they were gonna start like breaking some skulls. Like the National Guard's response was like, yeah, you're welcome to come in and remove the razor wire. Go ahead, remove the razor wire, because we're just going to put it right back up. And we'll continue to keep putting it back up. Outside of like an urgent emergency where we may have to, save somebody that's drowning out there, we're not letting people through. So you got that clear? And guess what? Biden's little group of thugs backed off, and they just disappeared into the night. But I'm looking at this news story, and it's just like they're constructing a camp to house National Guard, and that's it. That's as far as it goes. Nice. Like, that's it. That's it. It just goes away. It's like, oh, the story just went away. Like, there's nothing there, nothing to see there. No news reports. Nobody running down there and talking about it. Hey, how's it going, Judge Maddie? Good to see you. Welcome all you fine new people. He says, woo, hot chick. Lexi, happy new day. Oh, yeah.
He's talking about you, Shizzy.
I know. I am a hot chick. I can't help it. It's you can't.
You're just one of the girls, too.
Yeah, you can't keep this hotness down, bitches. Oh, let's see. Where? Okay, we got one from the 17th, so a little bit more recent.
I sent you a thing too earlier for later. It's on.
Oh, I saw that. I saw the printer.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Oh, it's hilarious. I was going to pull it up, but the only problem is with Facebook, it wants to show.
Oh, is that what's showing your personal information? Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I'm just like, well,
I could. You tell the next story. I'll just go record it real quick, and I'll send it to you, not on Facebook.
Oh, there you go. There we go.
All right, I'll be back.
Share the screen. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So this is from the 17th. National Guard is setting up a base just south of Eagles Pass. Yes, exactly. That's what I just talked about. Is they're setting up they're setting that up. But that's the thing. They just all of the news sort of went away on it. So in Las Vegas, though, 2020 campaign, Joe Biden, he vowed to undo President Trump's immigration policies, and then he turns around and tries to reenact them, like this year. Well, last year, the end of last year, expressing frustration with the policy, setting limits on number of asylum seekers, and that failed miserably. My hair looks different today. Susie, you have a fancy wave going on, taking tips from Baker. No, it's just I woke up and actually, brushed my hair. Most of the time I don't even do that. Most of the time I don't even do that. Looks good in case you made it self-conscious. Don't be a woman about it. I love it. I wasn't. No, I wasn't even thinking about it. I just do what I do. This year, Biden backed a Senate proposal that would have set daily limits on border crossings. Oh, of course, it's not that the Republicans caused the deal to collapse. It's that both Republicans and Democrats caused the deal to collapse. If you think about why that deal collapsed, it's because they wanted to send funds to Ukraine to the tune of about 70 billion. Oh, nice, isn't it? You want to send 70 billion to go to Ukraine to fight a never-ending war that we shouldn't even be involved in. They're not an ally. Oh, they might be a friend or friendly, but they are not an ally of ours. Democrats are refraining from the immigration debate, going from embracing more welcoming policies to in response to Trump's administration programs at the border, including the separation of hundreds of children from their parents. Oh, the children, save the children. To declaring that they can get tough on border security and adopt policies long sought by Republicans. So, isn't it amazing that all of a sudden, exactly, California, Arizona, and New Mexico need to follow Texas's footsteps? Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. That's never, ever, ever going to happen. It's whenever you see this kind of stuff happen, you just have to do nothing but just look at there. There's Mo.
Hello.
How are you doing, doll?
Good. The
Morning,
dumpster
Mo.
puppy and the cat. Well, he's figured out how to get on the bed, and the cat's like, "I still have the high ground, you idiot." And he's like,
Yes.
"But mom, he's hitting me. He's hitting me."
The cat's just like
The cat's like, "This was my bed first. Nice try."
fries trying to get the nose in there, just getting swatted. Like,
Yeah,
stop!
Fry's looking at me like, "Mom, help. Mom,
Oh,
help."
I'm being beat on. I'm so young and innocent.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need a dog like that. Mo, hiya.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking too hot in Florida. It looks like I said, this whole thing with border issues, because you can see where they're going with this. As soon as they got really quiet about it and they stopped reporting on it, what it means is that the Republicans shifted their stance on things. That's usually what
Oh.
it means. I mean, the Democrats shifted their stance on it. And if it goes out of the news, that means come come here in a few months, they'll say, "No, we've been totally for securing the border, and we've been trying to get this bill passed about securing the border." And everyone's going to shake their head and go, "What? No, no. You guys wanted to pass a $20 billion deal only if we signed a deal to send money to Ukraine for 70 billion, and you're wondering why it failed."
Well, that and now we apparently have to build a wall along the Canadian border too.
Yeah,
I mean, apparently we've just got people trying to
those damn Canadians just slipping across any way they can. Yeah,
I
there's
well, just I look, at least the House Republicans or whatever they are are holding strong in a way Republicans generally don't.
Yes.
So,
Well,
uh,
that's what
and
I'm
then who the hell is Zelensky coming over here telling us it's a moral imperative to do
oh,
this, and I hope you make the moral choice. Dude, you sniffed a whole bunch of nose clamps dressed up as a chick and were a comedian. Now, as
yes.
a chick who wears a lot of wigs and may do, drag adjacent, dude guy dress up, I don't tell other people how to live. Now, I will take all the money that Congress will give me, but I'm not begging for it. And I
Exactly.
also fully, tell everyone it's for my for-profit charity, Mo's House, and it will go fully to me and probably be spent on ridiculous Sailor Moon stuff and or more wigs. So, I'm not lying to you. Send all Ukraine money to Mo.
Uh, Baldo Gagger, only for Aussies. That's the way I can call it. Audie and Aussie, you're in luck. So, yeah, and speaking of Zelensky, here you go. Zelensky warns of an artificial deficit of weapons after Ukraine's withdrawal from. And if I tried to pronounce that name, I would be lying. Uh,
Then they'll make all the racism comments anyway.
I just say somewhere foreign,
somewhere
I
foreign.
think.
I like that.
I'm
I
like
I'll
sent
have
you
to.
that
foreign.
thing without any audio because it had music on it. And
Oh
when I
yeah,
recorded it, I forgot to record the audio. So whatever.
very cool. I'll have to pull that thing up. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can get this thing pulled up here. And we'll just download it really quick and put it in a video place somewhere. There we go. It'll take a little bit to
Mo,
download
you'll
once
love
it.
this.
Oh, it's not very
Ooh.
big. That's what she said.
It's I mean, it's big enough.
I mean, that was in the Hallmark card I give Mr. Mo. It might be why we didn't have a great Valentine's Day.
You
Oh
have a
Mr.
yeah.
sign
Hallmark
over
made those
over
kinda
your bed
cards.
that said, "It's the little things in life."
It's the little things that make me moan. Speaking of little things, this is thinks he downloaded the wrong Shrek. Spent an hour and a half printing this out. Turned out pretty good,
Oh, no.
except
I
imagine
need
that
this
looking at you.
I
I
need
saw
this
that this
story
morning and
time.
immediately thought of Shizzy.
I need this story time that's like, I really like Shrek, and, if possible, I I would love to see Shrek while the Smexy times are happening.
Listen,
That's
hanging around Baldo and beers, I've seen worse.
Well,
Oh,
I've seen the squirrel head one, and I definitely
Yeah,
need to know the story behind that. I need to find
no
out the
kidding.
original person and interview them because I need to know, like, okay, so did you just have squirrel heads lying around and you were like, you know,
You know
it's
what?
it's it's the coof and I need arts and crafts, or were you like,
oh.
I'm really into squirrels and I'm a squirrel hunter and something about a squirrel going into a knot hole just does it for me.
Well,
5 minute crafts is getting out of control.
that one, that one, Baldo was for you. The Shrek butt plug. Could you imagine if I started printing one of those out and send those out with every time I sent out a 3D print?
You should.
Oh my gosh, can I send those to my HOA and then with a little bit of
Yes.
lube and say, "Next time when you screw us, at least I'll have fun"?
Oh
There you go.
Mr. Most
Protection.
well, so I did, talk to my lawyer friend, and apparently that can be considered assault of a sexual kind in America or in Indiana, so I was not allowed to
I
do that.
love I love that you consulted a lawyer about that.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been a felony, so
So here's the
Oh,
thing. I should probably consult a lawyer more often before I do things too.
well, it was gonna be, vibrating C rings, so at least next time I get screwed, I can have a little bit of fun. Could I at least have a reach around, y'all? Apparently,
Oh
if you
my
send those to the government,
gosh.
that's also considered an assault and possibly a terrorism. So,
Just send it in with your tax check.
yeah, it's like,
Oh.
damn it. Does no one have a sense of humor? Apparently, no.
No.
So Zelensky warned on Saturday an artificial deficit of arms for his country risks giving Russia breathing space, highlighting the need for artillery and long range weapons after his military chief said he was withdrawing troops from the eastern city. Because this Zelensky doesn't know anything about war. I mean, if he did, he's basically like this little puppet guy that comes running in there and says, "Hey guys, send us more money." And then he sends his army to go. Like the generals are going, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, go just go and fight over there for a while. How about you fight over here? Like, maybe do a little dance for him and show some hot chicks. That'll get them to stop like
Could he
attacking
do
us."
a rap, a tap dance, or spin plates on a stick for the love of all that is?
Hey, that's not a stick.
Hey, if he did the helicopter, I'd be kind of impressed.
He probably does. I mean,
Well,
he seems like the kind of guy that would. I mean, you've seen the dude. He's a little manlet.
I've seen him dance in high heels like the Jonas Brothers to single ladies on Ukrainian TV. I am not impressed with this man.
Ugh, I think
Lit.
I'll keep my TikTok algorithm and not yours.
Russia said it took its forces. Russia said its forces took complete control of the eastern city in that eastern city that that's we can't pronounce. Dear friends, unfortunately, keeping Ukraine in the artificial deficit of weapons, particularly in deficit of artillery and long range capabilities, allows Putin to adapt to the current intensity of the war. The self weakening of democracy over time undermines our joint results. Who is he talking to? Joint
He
results.
doesn't have a democracy. He's outlawed churches, he's outlawed the opposition, he's not had an election. I mean, even fake, you know,
Yeah,
Myanmar and, the CCP have pretend elections.
yeah. I mean, look at this. Ukraine's European allies are appealing to the U.S. Congress to approve a package that sends aid to Ukraine. It is not 60 billion, you fools. It is close to 70 billion.
Yeah,
It's
no,
once you
no.
read the whole package, you realize the 60 billion is like the main chunk that they want to give them.
Oh,
And then
oh,
there's
yeah.
another 10 billion for this, another 5 billion for this, another 1.5 billion for this, and it's all going to Ukraine. Oh, humanitarian aid to Ukraine. Well, no, if you're going to do the whole thing, let everybody know exactly how much it's going to be so they can go, do you realize how close to, how much you're trying to break the United States? You're making our money completely worthless.
We are at the lowest point that we have been since prior to World War II, when we were, behind, I think, Portugal in standing army levels. And we are low on ammunition, we are low on all of this. We don't have the manufacturing set up in America to be able to manufacture the kind of military things that we would need. So
Mhm.
we are we are depriving ourselves for this country where everything seems to never be accounted for. Where is the money that we've already sent? I this is like talking to my teenage daughter who
It's
works
going
at a
back
food
to
truck,
it's
and then
going
she asks me
into
for money, and I'm like, "Where is the
It's
money
like
that you bought at your or got at your job?" "Well, I don't wanna spend that money." How
yeah,
about
it's
right.
like that girl the other day that you showed. I already paid for it. What do you mean I have to pay the credit card? I already paid for it.
Yeah. Well, or I saw this one where this guy he's with this girl and they're I think like a Daytona or something like that, some spring break thing. And he's like, I paid for us to get here, and it's just like, well, how much did that cost you? He goes, it was about 1,300, and I've got about 500 or 600 in the bank, and I'm doing pretty good. And they turn to her and they ask her, and she goes, oh, I've got like 70 grand in the bank. He's like looking at her like, what the hell? That's like, so I'm paying for your trip, and I might get a little bit a tail out of this, but probably not because you were just friends. You've got like 70 grand. Why didn't you pay your
Wait,
half? Like,
isn't that how it's supposed to work?
no.
I'm confused, Izzy.
So confused. Yeah, that's
She
why
didn't
she
even
has
let him
close
see
to
her
70 grand.
boobs. I mean,
No,
not
not
that I'm
even.
Well, I
like, as a
mean,
girl
if she
mom,
doesn't
I'm
do
thinking,
that, then
okay,
it's
don't show your boobs. But as a boy mom, I'm thinking, damn, she didn't even show him her boobs. What
Yeah.
the hell? I don't know. I'm
Ah,
torn on this one.
yeah, it is. It is very tearing. So I don't understand why Kamala Camel Toe Harris is meeting Zelensky at all. That
Well, she's
makes no
done such a
sense.
crack bang up job on the border that now she's going to be
Oh,
Ukraine's czar.
on which
Can we
border? The
send her
Brazilian
over?
border? Didn't she go to Brazil or some crap like that not too long
She
ago to
went
talk
to,
about the border?
I think, Honduras or Ecuador, somewhere. And
Somewhere
she's
where
like,
she could get better coke, I guess. Colombia, maybe.
we'll
She
donate her
does.
anywhere.
She does look like a Colombian crack whore. Just,
My tax dollars can pay for that one-way trip
yes, where she
all
can
day,
talk about
every
the border
day.
and never even she's never even visited the border. Neither has Biden. So I'm curious. On Tuesday, did it was last Tuesday that Biden was supposed to go to Palestine,
Yeah,
Iowa, wasn't he?
Ohio.
Okay,
oh
they all
yeah,
start.
oh my god, oh my god,
Every time.
that was infuriating.
Did he
Was he?
go?
He went, and he and the EPA patted themselves on the back for the wonderful job they've done in East Palestine, and then basically
What?
walked away.
What wonderful job.
Yeah.
That's what people were asking. They were confused. But he's like, if you remember stuff we did and my son died and it was bad, okay.
Let's go get some
But
ice
we did a
cream.
great job and see you later. Bye.
Like and people are going, "Dude, where is this guy's not competent to be running it? Maybe that's why Camel Toe
Do
is
you
going.
think they're gonna start parading him around actually?
Yes.
Because and rather than hiding him away like they did last time, I think they're gonna start parading him around so everybody can see that he's a loose cannon and losing his marbles.
I don't
Well, that
know
is
because you've got big names like Chuck Schumer and all of these people that are going through and saying, "Hey, no, he's super sharp. Like if you go to see Resident Biden, he is all business and you have to prepare greatly." So they're circle so you've got disparate factions. You've got the faction that is like, "Y'all
Maybe.
are insane. We're putting a functionally special needs person in the White House." And then you've got the old guard that's like, "Nope, nope. He is totally functional and this is a political hit." And how dare they
how
ask
dare.
about Bo, which never happened. The president brought it up, but
Yeah.
that's how he look, the man lost his son. I feel bad for him,
Yeah.
but I don't feel bad for him in the sense that he brings it up all the flippin' time.
Well, he
Right.
not only did he lose his son, but he also lost his daughter, lost his wife, and lost his fucking marbles. So, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, the man is full of loss and regret, I'm sure. The and Baldo
Don't
points it
worry,
out.
the
The wonderful
babysitter will
job that
comfort
they
him.
did was they just didn't go in there and fuck it up worse. That's basically the wonderful job that they did.
That is true.
And I
I'm
mean,
from the government and I'm here to help.
Mo, I've called several states and voiced my opinion about all the crap that's been going on since the Rona. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I'm already on a list, so
oh
I'll go
yeah.
ahead and
Oh,
start
you
talking.
for sure.
Don't be.
Listen, they put us on a
This is
list just for
all.
coming on this channel,
Yes,
so
this is all about humor. So I mean, we have to look at this and laugh because the stupidity of it is it's. Do you think it's going to change if whoever
right.
becomes the next president? Do you honestly think all the bullshit's going to change? Do you think that just because your guy is in there, it's going to change?
Nope.
It's going to be the same bullshit until there's actual change made. It's going to stay the same thing.
Well,
You
there
can
are
have,
some things that can and probably would change that would improve some qualities of life, but overall, it's not going to change anything. In the
Some
long
No.
run, it's not going to change.
no,
I
it's going
mean,
to be be the same
yeah.
argument over and over. It's if that kind of thing happened whenever Trump was there, they would be saying the same damn thing. Why isn't Trump here at Palestine? Because I'm I'm not defending Biden. I'm just saying that there come every single little thing that happens. North Carolina, whenever you had this guy run a car through a whole bunch of people that were protesting, tearing down statues, and people were going there to tear down statues. And next thing you know, the whole all the focus is taken away from people wanting to
Yeah.
destroy things as sort of a remembrance so we don't screw things up again. This is why they put up these statues. This is one of the first moves that you make is you tear down all the history so that way you can make up
Yeah.
your own history. Whenever
Yeah.
focus goes away from that and ends up becoming, oh look, some white guy did some bad thing to some other white person and ran down a whole bunch of people, and the focus could entirely misconstrued of what that was about in the first place.
If you look at history, so right after the Second World War ended, you had a bunch of lefty professors who realized, holy crap balls, if people start realizing that National Socialism is on the left, people are going to get really pissed off. So they started the whole March of the Institutions, you know. Oh, well, National Socialism is really a right wing nationalist thing, and communism is great. No American kid understands what the Russians did to their own people. No American kid knows Pol Pot unless they independently studied them. They don't know about, Stalin. They don't know about, the
Tiananmen
Gulag
Square,
Archipelago.
they,
They don't
they
know
don't.
Tiananmen Square. They don't know these things. They don't know them because, you can't make 973 A&E specials about finding Mr. Hankety Clankety in Argentina about
Right.
them.
It's and it's this is one of the reasons why I started doing the whole Disturb series, is because a lot of people have no idea how prevalent these cults are, and it's the same way with people don't understand how prevalent all of this bad policy, how it destroys other countries and how quickly it destroys other countries. I mean, everybody's got this. If you look at the top news story, it's all about Israel and Hamas, and they're basically slamming Israel in every single news story that you see. Like every single one that I've read is like, oh, they're doing all these horrible things. Oh, they're going to have a UN Supreme Court or whatever UN judge decide on whether Israel stole Palestinian land. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, Shizzy, remind me, isn't Iran and I believe Iraq and maybe Saudi Arabia on the Human Rights Committee?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe
You
South
know,
or maybe North Korea too, now that I think about
mixed,
it.
Mhm.
checks out.
Yeah.
All those great places where people have all the human rights. The UN is a joke.
Yep.
Defund the UN.
And NATO.
I'm with Trump. Defund the UN. Who gives the UN has done nothing but spread pain and misery everywhere it goes and nothing good.
At some point you have to redraw lines, and I think it's coming to that point where, the US needs to say, hey, we're not gonna fund these never-ending wars in your countries over bullshit that you guys are starting. Because
Eh,
there's a reason why Putin is going into Ukraine, and it's not so he can advance further and further and further. It's because he has already said, listen, NATO, you're pushing, you NATO countries are pushing the damn limit, and you're breaking treaties that we've signed, agreements that we made. I'm happy to be part of NATO, but I'm not going to play your bullshit games. And here he goes. And this is the bullshit that you end up with it. And it really sucks for anybody that's caught in the middle of that crap. And I feel for them.
yeah.
But there's but
Yep.
there's a reason why Ukraine is not part of NATO. because if they made Ukraine part of NATO, that would be the final straw that Putin would say, "All right, you guys step the line." And I
Well,
hate
okay.
doing this, but here have this little bomb that's going to come flying at you in about 30 seconds.
Here's the thing. If these other countries were forced to actually have standing militaries, all of this, standardized healthcare would go the F away. So while
Mhm.
you guys can thumb your nose and look down at us, America doesn't have free standardized healthcare. No, that's because we're busy saving your asses all the time.
Yes.
So perhaps either pay the 2% that you're supposed to or build up your military, because
Right.
you don't want a President Mo, because President Mo would say about the same thing that President Trump did.
Yeah.
Why would they? They know that we're going to continue to fund everything.
Yeah, they just have to hold off for 4 years.
Oh,
Then
no. See,
the
this
next
is why CIA would not let President Mo be President Mo, because I'd get in there and I'd be like, "Executive order, defund UN,
I'm gonna need
defund."
another pen.
It's like I'm
I'm gonna
running
need
out of
another
ink.
pen, I'm defunded everything. Would be like
Right.
Javier Milei are there, just like
Let's go.
full
Mo for
ANCAP
president.
Well, and I've said this
full
before,
ANCAP.
smart thing for the next person coming in, whether it be Trump or whether Biden stays, would basically fire everybody. Like literally go through and wipe everybody out and make them reapply for their job and show me why you need to be earning $200,000-$300,000 a year. You
Okay,
explain to me as a typist or some bullshit like this. Explain to me. Do you realize how much Fannie makes a year? And
oh, I know.
this is just off of what she makes as a DA.
But Shizzy, would it be mean or bad, or would it be considered an ism or a phobia if I just have Corinne Jean-Pierre come in and I say, "I want you to tell me the pen is blue." The whole liar, liar
Yes.
scene, and I'm like, "The pen is royal blue." Just make her have
Yep.
to do the whole I would like you to enact the entire scene from Liar, Liar, please.
Oh God.
Just for
He
my
is
amusement. You're still getting fired. I'd just like to see it again. Thank you so much and goodbye.
it is, yeah. I mean, just watching
This
these
is why
people
you
just
can't make me
be
president.
gone.
I do stuff like that.
Yes. And see, I'm
I'm here
highly
for it, Mo.
effective.
I'm here for it.
Eh, yes.
So, but here's their point. History shows us we allow an aggressor like Putin to take land with impunity. That's not it at all. And it says they keep going. The other would be aggressors then become emboldened. She said, "We must be unwavering. We cannot play political games. This is all they've been playing is political games. Every week we wait means there will be more people killed on the front line in Ukraine. No, Ukraine could just say, okay, we'll abide by the bullshit that we already said we would abide by. That's what they were supposed to do in the first place. And as soon as Putin pulled back, they went on the offensive. And he was like, all right, so we're going to play that bullshit. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, whose country is Ukraine's second biggest military supplier after the US, renewed his call for other European countries to step up with more deliveries and pointed America's military aid since the war began. A comparable effort must be made that every European country also does. Yeah, go ahead. Start World
Yeah.
War III. Go ahead, start World War III and see what happens. And you're going to unleash the bear. Whenever you do that, you're going to find out how powerful Russia actually is, and you do not want to do that.
We have effectively pushed Russia. Russia could have been an ally, and I know Putin bad. Look, Putin, not a guy I would
Nope.
date, not a guy I would, want my daughters to date. He is an effective dictator, but he is keeping an oligarchy together. Russia has an entirely different mentality. They plan in generations. They have planned in hundreds to, 200 years. They do not plan in here's the thing. So they have completely different mentality. We are looking at this in an entirely Western mentality. This is not going Putin has laid out his his line in the sand. He is not like us. He is not going to let it go and just be like, okay, we're going to draw another line in the sand. Okay. Okay. Now, please,
Mhm.
pretty please don't say that. He's not going to be like Trump, who's going to send, an airstrike into Syria, but tell them all ahead of time so that they can clear it out. No, he's
Yeah.
been he's had the same, talking points for years. He gave a history lesson on Tucker because most Americans wouldn't be able to find Ukraine if there was a map with a U and a crane on it.
Yeah, and all you're gonna hear over the next few weeks is going to be Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas. You won't hear anything about the southern border. That because the Democrats have already started changing their stance on the Mexican border. Whenever all those people are being sent, it's like, you'll at some point you'll realize, you know what? Why is everybody attacking these people in on the southern border, saying, listen, we want this stuff to end. These people coming across is absolutely ridiculous. So here, okay, I got, speaking of where these politics and these policy leaders go, this is hilarious. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Okay, if you don't know what Bethlehem, Pennsylvania is, it's the home of Bethlehem Steel Plant. The Hispanic
Ooh.
Center, Lehigh Valley, was bustling on a recent day with scores of older people eating lunch. Downstairs, out of sight, a constant stream of visitors was shopping in its massive food pantry. Over the past 7 months, a number of visitors in the pantry has risen to more than a third. The center's executive director, Raman Santiago, says it a stark sign of something he's felt over the past couple of years. Many in the area's Latino community are struggling to meet their basic needs. In Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. North Crampton County, which includes Bethlehem, is a traditional bellwether for Pennsylvania, one of the most important presidential swing states, and Latinos are a key part of the coalition Joe Biden is trying to rebuild as he embarks on his campaign for a second term. In doing so, the Democrat might have challenges selling the crucial part of his reelection strategy. One of the messages he delivered in previous visits to Pennsylvania is that former President Trump, which of course is by a far the front runner for the GOP nomination, is a danger to American democracy, because he should be. Everybody should be an absolute danger to American democracy. American democracy should be destroyed. It should be destroyed entirely, limitless, gone, by. It should be done with, because it is two wolves and a sheep deciding what for dinner. What do you think is going to happen? Those two wolves are going to win. Yeah, that's what democracy is. It's horrible. It's rotten. It's shameful. We are a constitutional republic, and we need to go back to being a constitutional republic. Biden is hoping the message energizes the same voters who turned out 4 years ago. Well, unfortunately, we sent most of those voters back across the border. Based on his interaction with visitors at the Hispanic Center, Santiago isn't sure. It's the price of groceries and lack of affordable housing that dominates conversations there. I think so many people are already immune to that messaging. It won't land as cleanly as it did in 2020. It didn't land there in 2020 in the first place. Biden chose a location near Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, with its deep symbolism for the country's struggle for freedom. Freedom! It's a message similar to one he gave before the 2022 midterm elections in Philadelphia, where the nation's founding documents, blah, blah, blah. Biden has continued the same theme, talking about Democrat traditions. Over the course of several days, AP has interviewed a cross-section of voters in that county, asked whether Biden's messaging around the fate of democracy was resonating. These voters represents part of every coalition. Biden needed to win Pennsylvania again. The blacks, the Latinos, the independents, and the moderates from both the parties. Their overreaching response, the president's warning that a second Trump presidency would shred constitutional norms and destroy Democrat institutions, is not one that alone will motivate them to get out to vote, because they're looking at how much they're spending all the time on food, clothing, housing, gas, and that their steel plant, that big steel plant that they've got there, oh, guess what? They're not hiring because whenever minimum wage goes up, they have to raise their wages for everybody else. When they raise their wages for everybody else, then the cost of everything else goes up, and so on and so forth. This is what is meant by inflation, and it's never going to stop until somebody says, stop printing money. It's like, and Trump has been set since the 2021 when former presidential supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol. What does that have to do with anything? Really?
Nothing, but if you can put January
January the
January
6th.
6th in there, you
Rather
can.
than sending out to foreign countries, I think we should use it for our own people. Amazing. A divorced mother who supported her son as he worked his way through school to become a lawyer. She also doesn't support Biden's attempt to waive student loan debt. If I was able to do it, I feel that those little bastards should be able to do it too. She paid for her son's schooling. Her son is an attorney now. He may have loans that he's going to have to pay back. They may be high interest loans, but he can still pay them back. Get a job, get an extra job, work extra hard, do extra things, whatever you need to do, mow the lawns. I don't know what you need to do to pay your loans back, but pay your fucking loans back and don't expect the American people to do it for you.
No. I mean, again, I don't know which PAC did it, but that hilarious ad with all of the kind of blue collar workers that came out when President Biden was floating that executive order to pay back student loans, and it's like, I'm a waitress, but I'm working an extra shift to pay off your, oh gosh, liberal arts degree. You're
Yeah.
welcome. I'm a
Yeah.
mechanic, and I've worked, every day without a break for 15 years, but I'm glad I get to pay off your liberal studies, underwater basket weaving. You're welcome.
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, look,
Exactly.
if you look at it, if you look at the numbers, the people that are going for these higher degrees are proportionately more wealthy. It does not hit the blue collar workers. It is not helping the people they say it's going to help. If you take out $400,000 on a, gender studies liberal arts degree, I cannot help you. You made a bad choice. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're going to use your studies for. I'm sure liberal gender studies will be a high, fast growing. What in the hell is that cardigan? That was a
They want the people with the hand jobs to pay for the people that went to college.
do nothing.
Yep.
So I'm looking at all these pictures of these people that they're showing. You got this guy. I just noticed it. Got this guy. He's I would say he's probably in his 30s, maybe 40s at the most. And then I come
Yes.
down here. This one right here. She looks like she's about in her 60s, 70s,
Yes.
80s. She's gotten old. Then I go down to
She's
this guy.
27.
He looks like he's in his midlife crisis
Why
kind
is
of
he
thing.
wearing my cardigan? I don't
I
understand.
don't know.
Shit. Farrell, do you have this cardigan? Remember when the kind of like Yellowstone stuff was really big? I think
yeah.
everyone has
It
that
honestly
stuff.
looks like something my mother would have knit back in the 70s.
This guy could
This
be
guy
in his
just looks confused.
he could be in his 40s or 50s. And then you got, of course, grandma here that looks about as old as Biden. She looks like she's pushing up there in some age. And then you've got this lady here. She looks like she's really pushing up. This is like that whole Q-tip top where they just,
Yeah.
they really don't drive very well. And then this guy here, which, I would definitely say he's, pushing 60. These are who they're considering their voters. They're not even showing the younger generation in this whole group of these people that are supposedly voting. They're not showing the younger demographic because
Because they've lost them.
either one, they're completely like not paying attention to what's going on, and therefore they just can't even poll. They're like, we'll vote whatever you tell us to vote. That's usually how youngsters are. They're just like, whatever my parents are voting for, that's what I'm going to vote for. Or whatever my parents are voting for, that's
whatever they're not
absolutely
voting.
what I'm going to vote against.
What Taylor Swift tells me to vote for.
Yes.
Whatever
That's-
Tay-Tay says. I'll
But
just
most of
shake
the-
it off.
most of these are older voters, and they're going, well, I'm undecided. Well, you can't even decide because you can't even remember what you had for breakfast yesterday. So you're probably undecided because you don't even know who the current president is. You probably still think that Trump is president. You're going to vote for the other guy.
To be fair, the president doesn't know who the president is, so
Representation matters. They feel seen. They're like,
there you
finally,
go.
a president that represents me.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's tons of representing. But if you want to see a president that does not represent you, this is hilarious. Trump hawks a $399 branded shoe at a sneaker con a day after a $355 billion ruling against him.
These are the ugliest tennis shoes. I am
I
sorry.
know.
I don't understand gold
Of
lame
course they are.
as a
with
concept,
with
but
American, it's
okay.
got American flag on the side of it.
It's got American flag, but it's gold lame with a white sole on the bottom. It's not gonna stay clean. I mean,
I'll get
and you're gonna
somewhere
have to get
work
the
next
crease
week.
guards. I mean,
It says there's
and
shiny
it's a high
gold high
top.
tops with American flag detail on the back are being sold as never surrender high tops for $399 on a new website that sells other Trump branded shoes and Victory 47 cologne and perfume for $99 a bottle. He'd be the 47th president if he was elected again. Website says he has no connection to Trump's campaign, though Trump campaign officials promoted the appearance on online posts. So it's the day after the judge ordered his company to pay a whopping $355 million in penalties. And you know what? Judge can order it, but all he has to do is appeal. And once he files the appeal, they can't do anything. He could hold that shit up in court for decades if he wanted
Yeah.
to.
And he will.
He
Oh, yeah.
should.
Yeah.
He should.
Well, the
I mean,
fact that the judge did a
355 million.
summary judgment, there was no victim. The
Nope.
bank said they paid the loan back. We were happy. We
Yeah.
had our own appraisers go in. What is the crime? We is
Yeah.
confused.
He's got to make over something that he paid back as promised.
Well, of course, every time they say this stuff, ordered to pay $83.3 million to Jean Carroll for damaging her reputation, he can put that on appeal too. Trump's legal debts might now exceed $500 million. Only if
I
and
still
they're
want to
not.
know how he damaged her reputation.
She had no reputation in the first place
Well,
because
and
he said what she was. She
you're
was
gonna
a
go
she was a
accuse somebody of
wildebeest.
something and you get told, nope, that didn't happen. Who's damaging whose reputation here?
Exactly. Exactly. Some have given signs that read sneakerheads love Trump. There's a lot of emotion in the room. There's something I've been talking about for 12 or 13 years. I think it's going to be a big success. Big success. Good Lord. So this is what the news reports about Trump. They don't, you notice they don't say anything about his upcoming South Carolina bid. That one's sort of gotten really quiet, which makes me suspect that they know he's going to beat that one like pretty big. Like he's got that thing in the bag. Yeah, it's I'm looking at it, it's like the same shit. Oh, here we go. We do have some news on the Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley's request for Secret Service protection one step away from final approval. Columbia, South Carolina, a group of top congressional leaders has recommended that Republican candidate Nikki Haley receive protection from the U.S. Secret Service after she reported a growing number of threats during her presidential campaign. A person familiar with the matter told the Associated Press. The committee of leaders voted in favor of granting the protective detail after considering the seriousness of the threats and reviewing the national polling data. What she's losing, like
She's
drastically.
losing. The polling data is like, this heifer is not going to make it past South Carolina. Do we really need to do this? The answer is no. Okay, ma'am, you have your dwindling funds. Pay for your, I'm sure you can talk to Cory Booker, get her husband.
But look who it's been forwarded to. The recommendation has been forwarded to Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, who will make the final decision. The guy that just got impeached.
Oh, you mean the guy who wouldn't give security to the judges on the Supreme Court
or the southern border?
Yeah, because the threat wasn't real or what have you.
Until dude showed up at one of the
And then
judges.
yeah. Y
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Secret Service already has several standby security teams of protective detail could be dispatched in order to protect the former South Carolina governor and UN ambassador on the same day that authorization is approved. The person said the person was not authorized to publicly discuss details. Of course, why would you? I wouldn't want them to. Secret Service is legally required to protect presidential and vice presidential candidates and their families 120 days out from general election. So we're not anywhere near 120 days out.
And she's not anywhere near a candidate, so I think we've answered both of
Right.
those
And
questions.
if I'm
The
not
answer is
mistaken,
no.
Trump still has a Secret Service detail on him. I think
Well,
she's
he
just
gets
feeling
it
a little
for
jealous.
he gets it for life, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I think that's what she's feeling a little displaced because it's like, how could Trump have a secret security detail and I don't have one? No, she does.
Y
She has security, but she has to pay
Is
for her security.
is Paul Blart available? Because, I'm just
Oh yeah,
asking.
Paul Blart,
We could
Mall
get him
Cop
a
extraordinaire.
Segway, little helmet.
We
I
could
Oh,
I would
get
pay
we could get her that
dollars
guy
to
from
see
Baker's
that.
Trial the other day. He was very Paul Blart-esque.
Yes, he'd be super excited to do that.
I was
Mhm.
right. I was right in this that she's throwing a little pissy fit because both Trump and
Mhm.
Biden have secret security. It's not fair. The woman doesn't get it. Both
Oh,
President Joe
yes, it's
Biden,
because 'cause you're a woman.
and this is
That's
where
why.
you know that she's the one bitching about it. Both President Joe Biden, former Donald Trump, already received such protections authorized for major party presidential candidates and authority granted after the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy in 1968. Haley, who hasn't detailed the threat, says she's faced requested the protection earlier this month, telling the Wall Street Journal that there had been multiple issues related to security during her year-long campaign and that there often are protesters at her campaign events, including the rally Thursday night in Dallas, in which more than 10 people were escorted from the venue. And they show up.
Receipts, ma'am.
Oh,
I need to see receipts.
it's people that show up and say, Nikki Haley, you suck. Just
Yep.
the same way that they show up at Trump's and go, Trump, you suck. Or they show up at Biden's and go, Biden, you suck. Well, you would suck, but you sniff or blow. It's the same thing that happens and it is not a security threat. It's just rabble rousers. 9 times out
Eh,
of 10, it's
yeah.
people from within their campaign because all of a sudden it becomes big news.
Well, she doesn't have okay. I need a genuine Nikki Haley
What is
supporter
that?
to come to the front of the congregation and explain-orate yourself. One,
Good
just
luck.
one, out in the wild. I need you to come find me. I will not make fun of
Yeah.
you. I simply want you to explain-orate how you feel like she's going to win. I I will give you an open floor. Can discuss it. You can tell me how she's the bestest ever. We can have a civil conversation, but I need to find an actual Nikki Haley supporter out in the wild because I think they are all bots. Prove me
But
wrong.
see, I don't remember hearing about this, and I would think that I heard about this now because I did hear about it from somebody else, but this is completely different. Haley said her home on Kiowa Island, South Carolina, was targeted by a swatting hoax in December. I don't remember it happening to her. She said that officers had guns drawn and pointed at her elderly parents and a caregiver in December after police received a call about a suspected crime. Haley described the incident as an awful situation. Um, the police reports a caller reported that he shot his girlfriend at that home. Now, I think it was
I think we were
Marjorie
talking
Taylor
about a
Greene.
swatting on her because I think we talked about how
Yeah,
that
I
was
think she
awful if
did
it
have I think it was right around the time that Marjorie Taylor Greene did have one. So I think
Yes,
it was Haley, but I think Greene had several.
yes.
So I
Yeah, it was around the same time, but I didn't think Haley had one because I would have thought that I would have remembered something like that because swatting is
there's so
bad.
many of them. People are so dumb.
Yeah, and I don't condone doing this. If you don't like somebody, then
Right.
just don't fucking like them. Don't do this kind of shit. And to any of them, it's like
Yep.
I may not
Somebody's
find
gonna get unalive from doing it, and you should be the one held responsible for it.
absolutely. Yeah, it's sort of putting that ball into play. It's like, oh yeah, wonderful. Let's put the ball into play, cause some hell.
I do too, Baldo. I support Nikki for Australia. Let's send her.
I support her for president of Ukraine. I really do.
Yeah. So now Haley thinks she's entitled is beyond me. Exactly. RFK Jr., the one person you'd think it would be an automatic certainty for security, didn't get any. So now Haley thinks she's entitled to beyond
Ew.
me. Good to see you, Zach. I'm glad you could make it in here. And for all of those that we haven't said hello to, welcome new people and old people and young people and strange people. Just welcome peoples, humans, and dogs and cats. Haley has for months traveled with personal security who have become more visible at recent events, often flanking her just off stage as a speaker, speaks and greets supporters afterwards. Other candidates, including JFK, have requested Secret Service protection this election cycle and have been denied, as they should be. And up until they're 120 days out, they should be completely denied of any sort of security. This is part of what your funding goes for your campaign is paying for security. And then you can also you can actually pick out people that are really, really good and going to do what you want to do, not just some Secret Service agent that's like, I really have to fucking be here for this. I mean, you're stretching that detail pretty thin.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest. Did the Secret Service really help John F. or Robert F. Kennedy? Not so
JFK or
much.
Robert F. Kennedy, either one. Did they really help? Did they really help? I did find one of you guys' kids. Can you tell me whose kid this is? Brisbane, Australia. Australian police came into the aid of a 3-year-old boy after he
It's
became trapped
Baldo's.
inside a claw machine at a suburban shopping mall. The video of the unusual rescue Saturday was shared on social media by Queensland police on Thursday. It showed a toddler sitting inside a glass box filled with plush toys, blissfully unaware of his predicament. It said his son had disappeared into the claws machine's prize dispenser, and inside it in a split second. I had zero chance to react to it. It was unbelievable how fast he climbed in there. The video shows the officers and the boy's parents encourage him to a safe corner at the back of the machine and to cover his eyes while police shatter a glass panel to free him unharmed. The video ends with one of the officers joking with the boy, "You won a prize. Which one do you want?"
Luckily, this was never mine, but youngest most feral would have done it.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
although
My
why they
youngest
didn't
boy,
find a
that would be him.
screwdriver and just unscrew one of the panels?
Well, breaking the glass was much faster. Besides, why not? I mean, you get to break shit. I'm surprised they didn't
True.
get out their batons and just start beating on it with the kid watching.
Don't
Surprised they
they
didn't
have a
start
way to
beating the
open it
parents with the kid
to put
watching,
the
and
things
then
inside of it?
So I just want to know which one of your husbands went across the border.
Oh my.
A New York man who admitted to smuggling 3 Burmese pythons in his pants through a U.S. border crossing was sentenced Wednesday to a year of probation and fined $5,000. Calvin Batista, what a horrible name, 38, crossing New York City with the hidden snakes on a bus from Montreal to New York City. The young adult snakes were hidden in the upper thigh of his pants in snake bags tied in the pants drawstring. It's like, sir, what is that wiggling around in your pants? Well, that'd be my python.
I'm both happy to see you and I have a snake in my pants.
They were discovered by U.S. Customs borders, according to the court documents released from the U.S. Attorney on Carla B. Friedman. Queens residents purchased the snakes that were worth more than $2,500 at the reptile store in Canada, and so he brought them all the way across. Importation of Burmese pythons is regulated by an international treaty and by U.S. federal regulation, listing them as injurious to human beings. So let's put these in my pants. The Burmese python, one of the world's largest snakes, is considered a vulnerable species in its native Asia and invasive in Florida. Well, what we can do is the ones that are invasive in Florida, we can either send the Asians there so they can have their snakes and eat them too, or we can send all of those invasive ones back over to Asia sounds good to me. Maybe.
It seems like we have, a solution, if you will. We bag the snakes in Florida and we send them to Asia as a goodwill, diplomatic thing. Here's your snakes back. Sorry, we Americans kind of stole them. Here you go.
Yeah, here, have
And
them back.
here, have some snapping turtles while we're at it, because those things are scary looking and
And
terrifying.
vicious. Vicious little
And our
bastards.
president Mo says they're no longer allowed to be in America. So have a couple. Make some good soup.
So, well,
Okay,
we know
I
we
swear
know
to
stuff.
God, we need to get her on, because can you imagine? She just needs to start her own YouTube channel, because half the shit
Yeah,
she texted would be stuff that I would
you would
say.
text.
I know. It'd be like, yeah, the prosecutor has a weird. Did the prosecutor have a weird genital area? I mean, sounds like stuff Mo would say.
Exactly. There's
I'm just
something
not a
strange.
judge.
Yeah. Well, there might be a reason for that. That's the whole law school thing.
Well,
An Oklahoma judge was sent to more than 500 texts, so she is during a murder trial and she resigns. Well, that sucks. Why would you resign after that? I love it that they've got the camera facing down on her while she's texting things out.
yeah.
Oklahoma judge agreed to step down Friday after she was caught sending hundreds of texts from the bench while overseeing the murder trial and the killing of a 2-year-old boy, including messages that mocked prosecutors and were sprinkled with emojis. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm not
again, it's
laughing
not
because
stuff.
of the 2-year-old, but I'm just saying
No,
that she's mocking them.
yeah. I mean, uh, it's not. It's not stuff that I haven't done, but again, not a judge, just a mouthy redhead who wears funny wigs on the internet. So, ma'am, if you'd like to join Mo in the Deep End as an affiliate, I can't pay you anything, but
But
we will laugh and
we
have
will
fun,
have
and no one will make fun of. No one will fire you for emojis. I
no
mean,
emojis. Get it? Emojis. That's what we should call your channel. Emojis. Emojis. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. District Judge Tracy Sauter agreed not to seek office again in Oklahoma after under the proposed settlement agreement. Blah blah. I promise to uphold the Constitution, but as a human being, I've faltered. Don't apologize. Jeez. See, this is what I don't understand. Why people apologize for something that caused no harm to anybody. I don't understand why people apologize for things. No, if you do feel like you screwed up, then sure, apologize. But this
Yeah.
constant apology tour, like really, you want me to apologize for sending out texts? Was I doing my job? Maybe I was doing something rude and crass, but I would say that I was doing everything that was within the bounds of what I'm supposed to be doing. You just didn't like that I sent out like mean little texts. So how did that hurt anybody?
Eh, I can see that it did show. I mean, she was incredibly biased. So
Well,
I could see how that could essentially nuke the case. So
so
the defense,
apologize for being incredibly biased and
yeah,
recuse yourself from the case and get somebody else in there. I
yeah.
mean,
I'd be like, look, I may have had my own opinions on this case, but everything else was effing hilarious. I'm sorry you don't have a sense of humor. Here's some Astroglide to make your feelings feel better.
exactly. Exactly.
Again, why I'm not a judge.
Yes. I don't get these people that go on these freaking apology tours. Like
Look,
everyone wants to
we have
apologize.
learned that apologizing only puts chum in the water. These people don't want an apology. They want you to be burned at the stake. And it, apologizing does nothing. We've learned that. We've learned that. We've learned it over and over again. Your
Yes.
mea culpa means nothing. You
And
said,
there's
I said what I said. Suck it.
well, and think about this. What do you think you would ever see? And I'm just using this as an example. Do you think Judge Schrader, if Rittenhouse had lost and allowed them to get along with things, do you think Schrader would have came out and apologized for not paying attention because he was too busy shopping for Girl Scout cookies or whatever? Do you think he would apologize? No, no. He
No.
would just go. He would just move on. He would just be like, yeah, whatever. He didn't care. He's completely like, this is just another day of bullshit that people are bringing up stuff, and unless somebody objects, then I really don't care, and I'm doing it outside of the record of the court. I don't feel any need to apologize for my actions because I did nothing wrong. And
Yeah.
it's not hard to say, listen, this is outside the purview of a court, piss off. It's not
Shizzy, do you
out of record.
I mean,
Go
it
ahead.
was a little before my time, but I love these guys. But you remember George Carlin and Richard Pryor and,
Oh yes.
well, Bob Saget, who was incredibly blue for
Yeah.
America's Dad, even Bill
Mhm.
Cosby. Do you remember Red Skeleton? I mean, all of these guys were incredibly what we would
Offensive.
call not PC or offensive. But, you went to their show and you either liked it or you didn't like it, but you didn't call Congress or cry in front of the television
Nope. It
once it
didn't
was
happen.
done.
It
You know,
just
you didn't
didn't happen.
you didn't go full Tipper Gore and say, "Oh my gosh, we need a slap a warning label on this to make sure that the childrens don't know what a bad word is."
There was none of that. There was none of that. It just didn't happen. I mean, there would be people that would be offended, and they would yell and shout and scream and get offended. But they would just be like, okay, you have every right to be offended. Have a good one. See you, bye. And they would
Yeah,
move
we
on.
used to
And I mean, George Carlin was very much a lefty. I mean, he was very much lefty. He despised people like Ronald Reagan. He despised anything that was on the right side of anything. But he also recognized, hey, they have the right to free speech. No matter who they are, they have the same rights that I have. If I take away their rights, they have that ability to take away mine. And then what kind of country are we living in when that kind of shit happens? It's just what it is. Oh, cool. I got a copyright strike for that.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, did I get it? No, I didn't. I didn't get
Oh.
it. Well, I did, but it didn't impact me. I love it.
Oh.
I got a copyright strike from Kanye.
Is he even allowed to copyright strike now that he's like the biggest enemy of all the world?
Well, I mean, it doesn't impact me. I was just looking, and I was like, "Oh, looks like I got one." No, I got a copyright strike. But
Oh no.
well, it's not a real strike. It's just, and I know what got it. I know what got it. I'm going to play it again today. So I don't care. If anybody watched the show last night, you know what I want to play, and it's good. It's going to happen. It is totally going to happen. As soon as I pull it up, you're going to go, holy cow. So just be aware. Just be aware. It's going to get crazy here for a second, because the stuff isn't over. It just goes on and on and on. You ready for it? You ready for it?
Okay.
It's going to be so fun. When I found this,
This is a lot of buildup. This better be good.
Oh, it's good. It's better than good.
His wife better be fully naked. I'm just saying.
She might just be. She might just be completely
Is she
naked.
wearing cling wrap? Because this will make my day.
No, but you did see the one girl that was wearing cling wrap. She's hilarious. All right, here we go.
Fry, put the underpants down. Underpants are not toys.
So I got this one last night, and
That's awesome.
it is the best thing that you will see today. I guarantee it, hands down, best thing you're going to see today. If you know what it is, you know what it is.
Now why you say is she a boat rigger? But Fatty fatty only make my now why you say it to your boat bigger? The fatty only make my lead bigger. Girl, go ahead, get down.
Oh my goodness.
Get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Vanita thought always at the beauty salon with the baby Louis Vuitton on the underarm. She said, look to Waka Flocka, I could really do harm for a case I can blow up your spot like a bomb, but I'm looking for the one. Have you seen her? Sweating from my whole team under subpoena. Diva, Friday, Felicia, more kids in charge of Donald Trump and you're the bullshit. Indictments made, chasing for some fame. Think this whole a game, a rap with no shame. She get up on TV, you all know her name. If you're playing Fulton County, then you better get paid. You know why? Cause the DA corrupt. Yo, from what I heard, Fatty got a baby by Mondo. And Loomis said got a trap house in a condo. She don't care whatever said, long as she fine though. Now I say is she a boat rigger? The Fatty only make my lead bigger. Now I say is she a boat rigger? The Fatty only make my lead bigger. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down.
The sad thing is Trump and I have the same dance moves.
Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down.
Okay, and Fanny.
13 counts, she getting paid to pounce. And that for 13 counts, I know somebody paying top to charge whoever he says. Another DA in the pop that handle all of his biz. You will see her at the courthouse, call her Fatty Willis. Charge another rapper because you know she out to get us. She even charge her president if you could pay the money. Election interference done, deal for the money. She walk around looking like Trap Hole with the money. She got a new week, got white pole with the money. If you ain't no punk, holla, we want D-Trump. We want D-Trump, yeah. It's something that you need to have. Cause when we get revenge, we gonna kick some ass. 13 counts. Got paid for every count, straight into bank accounts. Now I say is she a boat rigger? But Fatty only make my lead bigger. Now I say is she a boat rigger? But Fatty only make my lead bigger. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down.
Gotta give kudos to these guys. They're the ones who created this.
These are awesome. I need to get all sorts of skills because this is hilarious.
It is awesome.
See, and
That's pretty
here's
good.
where the left loses because the left, when they meme, has big old blocko text, which is not funny. Brevity is the soul of wit, or this is hilarious. Have you seen the Fresh Prince of DC?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. So this guy, I don't know how he does it, but he puts his head on Joe Biden. You just have to see the intro song he does, but he's got Ben Shapiro as the butler. It's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it's little Ben Shapiro, and he's like, it's the No Malarkey tour, and like look, I'm not saying that I may watch it when I'm a little enhanced and I laugh my ever living boobs off, but it's hilarious. It is fun-larious and all the
Awesome.
hilarity.
Is it as funny as this, though? I'm going to go grab some coffee while you guys watch because this
Okey-dokey.
this is going to be good.
Okay. Is that a talk boy? Have we brought the talk boys back?
Oh, no, it's better.
No, it's
better.
not.
Damn it.
This is what you guys wanted. Here we go.
It's a shock color.
What?
I feel like throwing up. I'm not even kidding.
Okay, let's go.
Can we put them in park?
I will. Make sure you put it in park.
Hi.
Hi dear, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you today?
Can I please get a large Coke? Oh, no, large fries.
Large fries.
Oh, yes, please. Give me the money.
Did she pee herself a little bit?
A little bit.
What What's your thing?
A
for
lot
your
of it.
shaking?
Okay.
What the actual hell is that shit? Did they just put a reacher on the McDonald's? I love how the McDonald's people are so disinterested.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter if she peed herself a little bit now.
No! Stop!
You exploded it all over my car.
Okay. Dude, there is a very simple
No
operation
one
she
get
could
her.
do right now with 2 hands, and that's called
Thank
take
you.
that bullshit off.
I'd be grabbing other things with those hands and telling them, now push it, MFer.
She's laughing. I would not be. She's also driving. This is the dumbest thing I've
Okay,
ever
let's
seen.
go.
I mean, it's
Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Careful.
it's funny, but as I can see it both ways, because as a person whose body kind of spazzes out on them, like
Yes.
not.
Yeah.
Well, she did it on purpose.
Well, yeah.
Was it would be it wouldn't be funny if he did this to be mean.
Well, yeah.
Like
Right.
she got paid like a big super chat or something
Oh.
or some crap like that to go through a McDonald's drive-through while wearing a shock collar kind of thing. And that's why she's laughing, because it's just she's like
Have you
just
seen the ones where they put the tens machine on their arms and then try and drink with it?
Yes.
I
Oh,
love those
yeah.
videos.
If anyone wants a wireless tens machine that I can no longer use, DM me, because I have one that I need to sell. It's actually really nice, but I can't use it because it spazzes out my body.
Mhm.
Are you guys Star Wars fans?
Oh,
No.
definitely. Well, good Star Wars.
Good Star Wars.
Oh, damn, Jizzy.
Always check that you've got the right thing. After you kiss your sister, make sure.
And I did show this because this is somebody said that this is a cute couple, and I thought this was true. Totally cute couple.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Are you joking?
No, I got you some flowers. Like, I thought I'd get them like personalised and that. So I got MILF. Like, Mum, I'd like to.
You got me this for Valentine's Day. Genuinely.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, it's personalised flowers, Rox.
If I was dead.
Right. But no. Why do they only have to be used when people die?
Because they're for funerals.
But why are they? They're just the letters, aren't they? I don't understand. Like, I thought it'd be nice. Like, these cost more than like normal flowers. I was trying to do something special for like Valentine's Day.
I don't like getting flowers, but that would be
I
cool.
can't believe you've had that made. You got some
Oh, see, I would
bullshit.
have found that
I'm so
hilarious.
angry.
I
Yes.
don't understand why
I would
she's
love
bitching.
that.
I mean, I understand that usually they're for funerary arrangements, but if that goes on my funeral, I will be super happy. Like, put MILF everywhere. Put GILF everywhere. I want like she was the hottest grandma ever. Like, that's all the wigs.
Want a
Just,
GILF
you know,
one?
my glamour shot as Blanche, you know. No, I'm just
her
saying.
reaction is so epic, though. It's just
Even
like,
the son is like, "Oh, Dad, shit, run, run,
Yes.
Dad, run."
Dad, run.
For his face.
The son's like, "I don't know what's wrong."
What did he
but
think
run,
it was for a
Daddy,
funeral?
run."
Yes. Of course he does. Because most people who deliver these things are for funerals. What made you think? Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Oh, I know.
Well, I just.
Oh, what's your celebration. Genuine, Mark. This is too far.
Right. I don't understand why you're so angry, Rogs. Why do people only use these?
He needs to throw her out. He don't need that
No,
stress in his
no,
life.
it's a little bit of their stick. They do this. From what I understand, he does this kind of
That's
stuff, and she
hilarious.
responds and it is hilarious. Like I think somebody was telling me last night that they do have a YouTube channel. Those two, and they just constantly
Ew,
like,
Maddie.
do stuff like that.
Um,
Oh,
that might be a little too far, judgmenty.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll you know, I might be dead, but I don't know that I'll go for necromancy unless I'm the one doing the necromancy. I
right.
just I don't know.
That's worse.
Yeah, but I'd be in charge of all the zombies.
Yes. I
Someone
did.
else being in charge of me, I'd have an issue with.
I know that Volstorm is probably listening, and this one is for Volstorm. You'll understand. Kid gets hit so hard he turns into a South Park character.
What?
Hey, y'all guys.
No.
So you see this?
Oh God, no.
I'm gonna pull this on the count of 3. 1, 2.
It would be a boy's child.
It came back and hit me in the face! God darn it! Hey, y'all guys. So you see this?
You knew it was going to
This
happen.
was not one of my children, but I can imagine it being one of my children because this would be something my boy children would do.
Mm-hmm.
Several times. Not
Yeah. My boys are definitely not ones to just only go once on that kind of thing.
no, actions, effect, cause and effect. Not quite the first one.
Yeah. Lord Almighty. Stuff that kind of troubles things. Volstorm was listening. Like, what?
I would listen to that on a loop. That's the problem. Like, okay, so I will put in a story. So all of our sons have pads. Now, they used to have one like iPad that they shared amongst them, and we could not find it. It got lost somewhere, and we could not figure out where the boys had put it. And we were moving things around in the basement, and we finally found it, and we thought that they had hidden it because it had a cracked screen. No, it had a picture, a very close-up picture of a butthole. Which means that not only did someone assist a brother in taking a behind hole picture, but there was coordination. So we sat all of them down and we were like, okay, why? And of course no one did it. No one. This is
no.
of course a phantom butthole. As usual. Ninjas, as Jody Arias, ninjas came in, took a picture of their chocolate starfish, and then ran out, as they do. So the things I never thought I'd have to say as a parent: we do not take pictures of our private areas. We do not help take pictures of our brother's private areas.
And
We do not
otherwise,
take-
adults tell children.
I'm just picturing a scene out of Porky's where they were just like, okay, like which one has the mole? That's
I'm
what
just
I'm
like,
Did
picturing.
you do
That's
a
what-
butthole lineup?
That's what I'm wondering. Did you do?
I was just like, why? Why
Like,
do
who
I?
did this?
No, because it was in the picture lineup. It wasn't downloaded. And I'm just like,
Oh.
why? What possessed I'm just like, what was the thought process here? I need to. And they're kids, and generally
They're boys.
it's
Mo. They're
well,
boys.
yeah. I
They're
try to
grown.
remember that sometimes there is not a thought process. It's just like, hey, random idea, butthole
Right.
pics.
Yep.
Why not? Like, I have a butthole, we have a camera, let's do it. And I'm like, I do
Mhm.
not want to be on a list. I do not want to be on a list. We are deleting all of these, and you guys cannot have pads because apparently you cannot be trusted. So now we have to go through and do annual pad checks to make sure they're not taking pictures of random things. I'm like, what the? Why? Why is it like the things I never thought I'd have to yell as a parent? I say now that I've had boys, I have yelled like, do not touch other people. I have talked more about wieners than I ever thought I would ever talk about wieners in my entire life. I talk more about wieners than an
That's just
adult
from
film
stirring the
star.
cell.
Oh,
Like, you
of
don't
course.
touch yours out in public, you don't touch other people's out in public, you don't touch your brothers, you don't rub them on the couches, you don't touch them in public, you don't touch them through your pocket. No, no. I don't care if they're itchy, you wash your hands. It's just like,
Oh yes. Eris, I hope you are getting to feeling better. It really sucks getting
oh,
I
sick. It really
know.
does.
I'm a little
yeah.
tired of her being sick.
I was
Not gonna lie.
worried. I was worried. I was just like, I haven't seen Eris in a couple of days. Anybody seen Eris? Is she doing okay? And then I had people asking me if you seen Eris. I was like, I haven't seen Eris. And I'm just like, I need to reach out and make sure that she's, she responds even with it. She just flips me off or something. I was like, please just
Yeah.
let us know that you're still around, doing well.
I texted her until she answered me.
Good. Thank you, Eris, for answering her. Hey, Baker. Harrison needs to save me
Good
from
morning,
myself.
Baker.
And good luck with that. Here, we'll get you guys blood boiling this morning. How's that? Russia takes control of a country I can't pronounce in eastern Ukraine. Dude smoking cigarettes on the back. Looks like just a bunch of four-wheelers got loose here. But the place looks pretty deserted. I mean, if this is, it just looks like a deserted city. But this is, I believe, is not. People like left, I would hope.
Is this Detroit?
It looks like Detroit, doesn't it? No, they took over a city in Ukraine. We're not going to listen to whatever he has to say because he looks like you know what it looks like he's saying? It does not matter what I'm saying. I will crush you. I will destroy every little bit of your city. Your soul will become mine. That's what it looks like. It looks totally like this. But yeah, they
Not even sorry, Mass. Not even sorry.
They totally took over this city, and of course, Zelensky's going to be begging for more money now. Look, they took over this city. We need more money. It's just like that's. Oh,
I mean, if this is full on farce, can we at least have Dolph Lundgren come in and ask for money? I mean, in full Rocky mode. I know
Yeah.
he was fighting for Russia, but can we at least just, if we're going full ridiculous dumpster fire, I need full on Dolph Lundgren.
But to me, this just looks like people abandoned the city, and it's been abandoned for a while. I mean, because
Okay.
this is a bleak looking area. I'm sorry, that just looks very bleak. It looks just completely desolate.
It
Unless
looks like
unless they've just been bombing the hell out of this place for the past like 2 years, like straight up bombing the hell out of it. This isn't
it
something that
looks like
happens overnight.
it looks like a commie, concrete socialist block of
Mhm, so
sadness. So bombing
Detroit.
it might have been an improvement. No offense. But people were not meant to live in concrete blocks. There's
No.
no nature around. There's like 5 trees.
There's trees right in the
Yeah,
middle.
they line the center of the street there. There's trees there.
So again, why is no one talking about peace? Why?
Because
They're
that doesn't pay.
well, I
Peace does not
understand that.
pay.
Peace does not pay, right?
Yeah, I mean this is the world that we live in where it's you're going, hey, why do we have these wars, why do we have these horrible things going on? And then you get someone in there that says, hey, how about this, how about you guys stop shooting at each other and we have some peace. And it's just like, well, there will never be peace because they're Zionists. There will never be peace because they're Americans. There will never be peace because they're black, because they're white, because they're Hispanic, because they're Russians, because they're Ukrainians, because they're others. There will never be peace. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
There's too much money to be made in killing other people. Just saying,
Yeah,
too much money.
I get that. And you know what I say? Why is America involved?
We've been asking that for the past what?
I mean, Lindbergh had a point until, Pearl Harbor happened, and there's, various stories about how much America knew that Pearl Harbor was going to be attacked. Franklin D., I'm looking at you. Uh, you cousin screwing weirdo. Anywho. But we were right to maybe just do the Lend-Lease thing because we were not ready for it. But we also had manufacturing bases that could spin up.
Yes.
We don't have that now. So
No.
when Janet Yellen comes out and say, we can afford like 17 wars. No, you're senile too. Get the hell out.
Well, yeah, but you also have to understand the reason Americans don't rise up and protest their government anymore is because, well, we've got F-15s and they don't. We have grenades and tanks. It's like,
Hey, Shizzy.
That's not what an uprising is. An uprising is not something you want to be challenging the American people about. It really
Did
is.
we win Vietnam? Did they have
Nope.
F-15s? Did we win in Afghanistan? Did they have F-15s? Because it seems to me that America kind of sucks with guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, it really does.
Just saying.
Well,
I mean, did England win
not only
with
did
the
America,
Patriots?
not only did America suck at going against these people, Russia lost, France lost. It wasn't that America did any poorer than any other country. They just stayed in a little bit longer and couldn't admit defeat and say, listen, there's no reason for us to be here. There really isn't. Let these people sort their shit out, and once they get it sorted out, then we'll clean up the mess. But instead, they sent people in there to clean up the mess and cause problems. So you heard about the shooter there in Kansas City, right?
Shooters.
Posts share erroneous information about the suspected identification in the Kansas City mass shooting. A 44-year-old illegal, they call them migrants, I call them illegals, named Shali Omar was identified as one of the shooters at Kansas City Super Bowl parade on Wednesday. The facts: 3 juveniles were detained. One was later released in the investigating into the shooting that broke out at the conclusion of the parade festivities outside there. The name Shali Omar with the name description has been used before on social media to make similar erroneous claims in connection with the January explosion on Fort Worth, Texas, and the December shooting in Las Vegas. Social media users began sharing the information that falsely pinned violence on a 44-year-old illegal living in the country illegally following the shooting. I never even heard this story, so I heard about the story, but I actually showed the video where people grabbed him and beat the shit out of him and held him down to the ground. So if they were saying that somebody did this, like, I just don't believe anything that I hear until we can find out more information. Because we have noticed there is a big bit of dumb stuff like this. Texas mega shooters not been identified as transgender despite claims of online. The shooter who carried out the attack injuring 2 people at Texas megachurch on Sunday has been identified as a transformer. The facts: Houston police said Monday its investigation as far as determined the shooter, I'm not even going to try to pronounce their name, identified as a female despite using multiple aliases, including the name Jeffrey or Escalante. Multiple court records identify Moreno as a female, most recently in 2022. So it was. See, this is why I don't like the whole transgender thing. Because it makes no sense to me. You say it's a male identifying as a female or female identifying as a male, but we confirm that it's a male. And I'm just like, okay, what is it? It is an it. If I have to say what is it, it is an it. Simple as that. If you can't say a
Well,
man
yeah.
did X, Y, or Z, or a woman did X, Y, or Z, and say a man that is psychologically screwed up in the head and can't figure out what they are.
Do you have the clip from Bill Maher where Ann Coulter, who I gotta love that Bill Maher and Ann Coulter used to bump
buddies.
uglies, because the amount of smug and Nebos and elbows that had to be in that room and general just Skeletor vibes
No.
had to just I mean, the smug cloud that just probably reigned over that room. I don't know how you dissipated that. That's probably why they had to break up. But she, committed the crime of noticing the truth in front of Van Jones. And she said, "Hey, I noticed the fact that Kansas City, the shooter is probably not a MAGA, right winger, because we haven't seen the picture."
No, we
And
get bullshit like this instead. This is what we get right here. We get this kind of crap.
okay, where is Antifa? Bullshit that this is real, because Antifa, you know,
Well,
the
in
police.
now, I'm not perfect on figuring things out like this. I'm a little slow, but whenever I see someone that's dressed from head to toe, like, and has their eyes covered with, and like every single bit of skin is covered, makes me suspect that's not a white guy underneath there.
It makes me
I,
suspect there's a Fed under there.
well,
Yeah, exactly.
it makes me suspect that it is somebody of a darker persuasion. Just saying, because and then I notice things, the way that people walk. A certain way that people walk is very distinct. And whenever I
There's
see this,
Swayzer.
yeah, there's swayzer that makes me think and suspect and very suspicious. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Certain way that people are walking makes me suspect that these are just fake. Like they're really
Well,
not into
that guy
this.
holding the camera has bright, like, Kool-Aid red hair. You're
Yeah.
telling me that the pro hankety clankety people.
Well, look at this guy. Head to toe, not a single bit of white skin showing up in there. The walk, the movements, everything. It's just like, I don't buy this for a second that this is real. That
I do.
this is no different than that politician that was complaining about all of these white supremacists showing up and attacking their caravan as they were polling, driving through. They were on buses and had these four people standing out front, and come to find out they were all campaign workers for him, that they were dressed up like the what,
Oh,
United
oh yeah,
Front or whatever.
Christ.
Yeah, Christ.
Christ.
Yeah, you remember that. This is what it
Oh
reminds me
yeah.
of.
Y'all should have practiced your Zig Heil. Y'all couldn't even
Well,
get that
I
right.
see white skin and I think Feds.
I see the fact that y'all couldn't even have did none of your wives, well, okay, did none of your moms have a circuit or a cricket at home? For the love of God. Looks like some of y'all used Walmart, iron-on decals. What the hell?
Well, there's just certain ways that these guys are walking just doesn't add up. Just it's all in the way that a person walks, that you can sort of go, this is not a white guy. They just
Well,
don't tend to walk like that.
well, and also it, the History Channel has nonstop between Ancient Aliens and WW2. You cannot escape the, historical. Did you not watch to figure out how you do the goose step and the little, right-handed salute?
Yeah,
Could you have at least watched a little bit?
yeah.
I mean,
Who bought the
One of the
uniforms?
girlfriends made them.
But they're not a militia. That's the thing. That's the thing. They're not a militia. There's some new Yahtzee group that's coming out, and it's like, really, Like, I don't buy it for a second. I don't believe it for a second. I don't believe what my eyes are seeing. And it's not because I don't believe that there's some that don't believe that. I'm saying that I don't think that I think these guys are a complete psyop. I think it's absolute. It's that whole United Front people, that the feds that keep showing up and wanting to oust Joe Biden, and they do it with a whole group of guys that look like a bunch of feds, and it looks like some of these guys are the same ones that are with that group.
I,
They're wearing the
here's the thing.
same covering
Yeah.
and making sure their eyes are covered and their hands are completely covered. Some of them show up with like no part of their skin showing. Whenever you see that, I just don't
You
buy it.
you are busy ignoring the absolute crime wave that is going on, telling us, no, no, your Kias and Hyundais are not being stolen all the time. The inflation is totally not real. This is the best economy we've ever had. And homegrown domestic terrors are our biggest problem. When, pay no attention to your lying eyes, the border is not a problem. Nothing that you are seeing with your lying eyes are a problem, but these a-holes, these are the problem. And people are looking around and like, this none of this is true. My
Yes.
my wallet is getting robbed, and then I'm getting robbed. How is this is what they're talking about?
Yeah. I just I look at it and I just go fake. I don't believe that. I just don't believe them. I was like, you guys are going to have to do much better than this for me to believe some of your bullshit. I sorry, mm. And especially because it's happening
They
around the
don't
time of an
want. They
election.
don't care if you believe them, though. It's
I
not
know.
for you. It's not for me. It's for their people to believe, because they will, and they know they
Yeah.
will.
We're being attacked by Yahtzees. It's like, no, no, no.
They need talking points for their Twitter battles.
I guess. I see. That's one thing I don't do on the Twitter is do battles. I like usually I'll pop off and say something really smart ass, but I just don't get into this whole like, oh, I have to prove you wrong. I'm like Eris right there. Most of the nationalists are now obese LARP cucks looking for someone to blame for their miserable existence. And I'm with her on that. I'm like, that is exactly it. Most of those people are the keyboard warriors that if you met them in person, they would crawl up and cower away. It's like little 13-year-old kids. I don't picture the ones that actually have an intelligent conversation as sitting on Twitter. Just
No.
saying.
And here's the thing. I don't assume people that are left of me have bad morals or anything. This is the problem. We have got to stop assuming, and most people don't, but you have the mainstream media that has called anyone who thinks right of Lenin person that's phobic or ist or something, when all we just want to do is be left alone to raise our children, to live life, and not have big daddy government
Right.
involved in our stuff, sending our money, sending our children away to go die for pointless reasons.
That's not what we want to do. That's not where we want to be.
We would just like to be allowed to be prosperous and not be punished for it.
Right.
We would like to be able to own a house, not be taxed to death, and, if we wanna start a business, not have onerous regulations, drill for our own oil here, not be dependent on foreign oil, have manufacturing here, be strong in our own economy, not have, a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's almost like we would just like to be, you know, independent.
And independent from a government.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of what this country was founded on, being independent from the government.
How dare you, Shizzy? It was about democracy, remember? Actually, no, it was built on slaveryism. Didn't you watch the 1619 Project? It was
You know,
it was built on
and
slaverisms.
and this has been argued so many times. It's like at some point you knew that slavery was going to end. You would have to have been a fool to not know that at some point it was going to end. It's the same way with the fall of the Roman Empire. It all things are going to come to an end. Same thing's going to happen in the U.S. It is going to fall, and it just depends on whether it can pick itself back up after it does. We are not a bank that's too big to fail. That's
No, I
what'll
it
and you can see, not maybe not in my lifetime, but you can see all these people are moving into the cities and they're destroying their own cities, and pretty soon it will be unsustainable. And
did you
and
see
whenever that
truck
happens, it's
drivers
done.
refusing to go to New York City, the island?
Hmm.
A bunch of truck drivers. That'll be funny. I wonder how soon they'll be on a list.
Oh, I'm sure the day that
Already
they
are.
said that they were going to do it,
Yep.
you
And
know.
and how is that not a scandal? How is if the first day Trump is in office, he does not repeal, and I can't remember what specific law it is, but the one that was passed in 2012 that made it okay to uh propagandize to the American people. If he doesn't repeal that or executive order that down, then Mass, the reason they refuse to go to New York is because of the ruling against Donald Trump and the real
300
estate fraud.
yeah. Yep.
So basically, truckers are like, well, you know what? We're working class. We think this is BS. We'll see how, I mean, and it's, I think a bunch of independent truck drivers. I don't know that it's an entire movement, but it looks like there's a good segment of truck drivers that are saying
Because
we're not going to go
here's the
because
thing. What Trump did is no different than what BlackRock has been doing for the past, 30, 40 years. It's no different. BlackRock does the same damn thing, except except they're BlackRock. So
well,
so
yeah,
if they're going to go after him, why haven't they gone after BlackRock? What's to say that they don't come after Farrell and her family because they took out a mortgage and their house was overinflated for what it was. They're paying their mortgage, they're paying it off, they're taking care of all that. Everything's being done properly, but what does it say that a judge can't come in and say, well, this house that you valued at 1.2 million isn't worth 1.2 million, it's only worth 300,000. So
yeah,
you just scammed them for upgrading your worth of your house. And you're like, wait, no, the house went up in value. Like, I increased. What are you talking about? I took out a loan so I could like make these improvements, and you're telling me now that it's not, it's some sort of scam. But I'm paying off the loan for this millions that I borrowed, and that's all that he
yeah.
did. And so
Well,
they're
and the
they're coming
bank
after
had
him.
its
And
own assessors. It's
yes,
not like he said this is worth $100 gajillion, and the bank said, "Okay, we agree." Sight unseen, and they were like, "Oh, wait, it's a cardboard box.
Right.
Darn it, Trump, you screwed us again."
oh,
And
shame on you.
yeah, and we would have caught him if only we had those pesky kids from Scooby Doo.
New York City also imposed another new truck tax to come into the city. Yeah. Yeah, you keep you. That's fine. Go ahead, put a new tax on there. Then the cost of your goods goes up, or people just refuse to bring it to you. And then what do you do? Whenever the food's not getting to you, you're gonna. Yeah, I mean those kids start looking pretty tasty after 3 days of none of your McDonald's. That really
Hey,
starts
those
to.
rats are pretty big. I'm just saying.
Hey,
They
yeah,
are.
they are pretty big. I mean,
I've
poor
heard
little Fido.
alligators live in the sewer.
Poor little Fido, though. Poor little Fido. You know. That keeps pooping in on the middle of the street alongside, that homeless guy. But hey, it's okay.
The homeless
Yeah.
problem gets taken care of. It's Soylent Green, everyone. I mean, we could go
Yes.
really dark with this, but
Oh, It's bad, and we know that it's gotten bad there. In there's people that are just like they're more interested in doing a TikTok video on whatever platform that is, TikTok, I guess. Yeah,
Oh
TikTok.
yeah.
Whatever platform it is.
Yeah, they're more
Is it the
interested in
TikTok?
doing that than actually learning how to grow something or garden or build anything. It becomes more important to them. I mean, like doing that rather than going, "Hey, I have a life to live, and that's just part of it." They've become it's become their life because people love watching the stupidity of, "Ooh, let's do some sort of silly TikTok trending dance thing, and oh look, we've
Mhm.
got 100,000 followers." Well, how much money did that actually make you? I mean, how did that help or
Well,
benefit society whatsoever?
some of them do, but I mean, not the vast majority. We live our lives in 30-second slots now.
I guess I do 2-hour slots usually.
We go the distance. Shizzy is a long man. What can you say?
I play
Find
the
yourself
long
a long
game.
man, ladies,
Yes, we just
not a
you know.
TikToker.
No, I do the YouTube stuff, but like today I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out in the shed, like painting that up for the wife. Like as soon as it warms
Ooh.
up. Oh, it's amazing the
I
amount that
want
I
to see
did over the weekend.
pictures.
I thought I showed you pictures of the outside
I know.
the
I know. I
with the
want to see the
drawers and
pictures
everything.
after you get done painting it. I mean,
Oh, it's just going to be green with she wants to do like light
sir,
green and dark green
take
trim.
the pictures.
Is it
This
sage
is not
green and
complicated.
then sagebrush, or
Something like
is it
that.
mountain moss and green mist or something? What
I don't
I
know. It's
love
Does
the
all
it
color
green.
names.
change based on the sun?
Yes, it probably does. Knowing my wife.
Is it peridot and then emerald?
No, it's sort of like one of them is like a really dark green. That's what she wants to do the trim with, and then the other one's almost a whitish light green. Like
Ooh, is it
not,
hunter green? How 90s.
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. It's like that kind of green. I'm like, oh, this is cute. But
This
yeah,
is true,
that's
Baker.
the chocolate starfish.
Why do you
I
think I
only
asked
do
him to
that for
take the
you, Baker.
pictures?
I only
He's
do
like
that
my
for you.
boys. He's like, honey, I need your help real quick. Snap a photo.
Hey, might as well ask my brother. Hey, brother, would you do me a favor? I'm going to send
He's
this
like, look, I
picture to
got a
Farrell.
I didn't get this manzillion for nothing.
Ooh.
Thank you, Mo.
You're welcome.
You
I'm
deserve
always here
every
to
bit of
help.
that, sir.
I do, because I'm the worst at it. I do this kind of crap
Uh-huh.
all the
All the
time.
time.
I've gotten Mo to say. I've gotten not Mo. I've gotten Farrell to say things that normally she wouldn't say anywhere.
Yeah, and then Rexy comes behind and clips it. So
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Oh, where do you think that intro came from? Nice.
the
See, I gotta get.
intro, I
I know what I'm gonna have to do for Mo for an intro. I really do. It's gonna be pretty glorious whenever I get it
boy.
done.
I am in for a glorious one. I had all the ideas yesterday, and looking at them, some of them are great, some of them were a little interesting, but some of them are great, and I will be putting up some new video ideas today, so be on
Nice.
the lookout for that.
Well, and I've so are you up for doing a stream tonight with the more of
Yes,
the
I got
Sadie?
so if you guys are going to Sam's Club, I don't know if your local Sam's Club, they have Prime energy drinks on, if they have the one at the end of any of the things, they are going out of sale. So I got Prime energy drinks. Look, I don't like whatever his face, Logan Paul, Jason Paul, douchebag Paul. I can't remember, but look, they're energy drinks and they were on sale. So I will be able to stay up at night.
Oh, excellent. Hey,
I wonder
Joe.
if
Good
they
to
have
see
mine
you.
in there.
Well,
Oh, and I
and
won a bet with Mr. Mo.
oh, did you?
So that'll be
Is it
part
a
of the
good
new
payment?
video.
I love it.
I got to get a pair of Uggs.
Oh.
Well, the slipper Uggs
Gotcha.
in
Gotcha.
bright pink, bright extra pink.
Oh my.
Mo turned into a 13-year-old Roblox streamer.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was like, we're gonna go play some Roblox, and here's my prime energy drink and something or other. I don't know, and we're gonna make some elephant toothpaste.
Man, I meant to
Wow.
stop
Well,
by and
about time you
see
listen to
the.
your kids.
I meant to come by
I
Saturday
know.
and watch the Stabber Day. I couldn't make it though. I was knee deep in
I
paint.
hear it was a good one. I'm gonna have to go catch the replay.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to go catch the replay on it. I just like I said, I have not. I streamed last night, and I just haven't been paying any attention to anything during the day because work, like real
I
life
know.
work.
I love days when the kiddos are off because I can hang out with you guys. Having to be transportation really cuts into my streaming. Real life really cuts into my streaming time. I don't know why.
Why is that? I
Dang,
don't
real life. I
understand.
know. Like I was telling my tax guy, I was like, yeah, real life really cuts into my streaming time.
Just ask
Although, hey,
levity, and it will trust.
so
Yeah.
interesting news about my tax guy. Apparently, now this is like a inside baseball, but my tax guy went to school down in my town, and apparently he used to know my kid's old principal, and apparently she has been a "see you next Tuesday" for her entire
Oh.
life, so I
Oh,
am vindicated. Mr. Mo was not happy with me just going off on a screed of full tangent curse words about her for, like, 10 minutes, but the tax guy thought it was hilarious. He's just like,
I
"You
also
really."
found it hilarious when it was on Nick's, so
Oh, he's like, "So, how did." I was like, "Look,
we're
I may
still
have called her a
going.
C word on YouTube." And he's like, "You did?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll send you the stream."
Tell him, here, check out Farrell's channel. It's
And
better
he's
for your
like
ears because she bleeped them.
and he's like I was like, "So has she always been a cunt?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah,
Mm,
yeah, she's always been." And I was like, "Vindication. She's always been a
yes,
bitch."
always,
And Mr.
always.
Mo was like, "Did we really have to talk about that for 10 minutes?" I was like, "Yes, yes, we did,
Right?
because I was right."
As always.
I'm like, "Highlander, I will never give that up. I am just Scottish enough. I will William Wallace this until the day I die. He was the rightful ruler of England. Shut the hell up." Like, I will hold a grudge until the end of of my days.
Oh. Well, speaking of holding grudges, if I'll send you out an invite for tonight. We'll do some more of the Sadie Beach Nuts
Yes.
trial or interview, and maybe we'll get past the 20-minute mark. I mean, I
Ooh.
think we do 2 hour
Probably
streams.
not.
I think we get
I
20
was
Nah.
gonna say you
minutes.
guys are watching what? How long is this interview? Like an hour and a half?
It's like 2 hours. It's like 2
Oh,
hours.
it's gonna take you guys 2 years to get through it.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm having fun.
you learn things, you grow emotionally. We vaguely touch on the interview. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. All right, guys. I'm out of here. And Farrell, you've got something coming up also?
Next Sunday we'll do George Anthony's testimony for the Casey Anthony trial.
Nice, nice. And I'm going to be rerouting all you fine folks over to Mo's here. She'll be joining you guys in
We'll
like
watch the news.
no time at all.
Woohoo!
And if you haven't seen Mo's
Yes.
Newsy News, then well, you're
Yes.
missing out. You're missing out.
Go watch it. It's
Yes. I have
hilarious. I love
local
it when I can catch it.
news that might be on, well, World Star America fairly soon, so
Better
that's
keep your
always
eyes
good.
up. Peace, y'all.